four important DAX functions which will help you to do the summarize the data and roll up your totals into different level and also check whether your roll up totals are at what level. So the four key functions are: one is the summarize, and then roll up, and then roll up group, and is subtotal. Basically, summarize function will actually return the summary of the table for requested columns, and then it will give aggregation of the requested measures based on the uh, group that we apply on the dimension attributes. So here if we can here we write some sample queries that I already wrote before we start the recording for time saving purpose. So here we'll quickly go through these statements, how those statements will work. Okay, so here I use the first simple summarize function, and I want to summarize sales amount and tax amount at calendar year and product category name. So this is my requirement in the first query. And if I execute this, then so what I did here in the summarize function, so I added the calendar year, product category name, and then I want to sum it up my sales amount, and this is my alias name for this sum of the internet sales amount, and also I did the sum of tax amount, where I did given the alias name as tax amount USD. Now we execute this, and then I get the grand total information of my sales amount at the calendar year as well as the my product category name level. Now, so here you can see the data is actually not in sorting format. I want to sort my data, summarize data based on my year and my product category now. So that's what I'm doing in the next query. So where I did the use the order by function, where I did the calendar year and product category name by sorting. If at all somebody interested to know more about order by class, order by function, so you can click on you can go through my previous videos, or you can click on the card that you see on the right side corner. So you can click on that card and it will take you through the order by function where you can go through the detailed information. So moving on, so here I just did the sorting where now it's showing the data in summarized data in calendar year as well as my product category name wise. Now this is how you do summarize the data. In my scenario I used only two columns, but if you want to extend to many columns, then you can do the the data will be grouped that level and summarize the data in that selected dimension attributes. You can add any number of dimension attributes to summarize the data. Right, so that's about summarize function. Now moving on to the rollup and rollup group and subtotal, and these functions are very handy functions where we use it in within the summarize function. Normally, so using the summarize function, we get the grand total, group total at calendar year and product category name level. Right now, my requirement is I want to fetch the subtotals. Okay, so for example, here I have a 2012. There are three categories, right? At 2012, I want to take what is my subtotal of these three category names. Likewise, even 2013, I want to take their subtotals as well as in the end, I want to take the grand totals. Right. So in such scenarios, what we can do, we can use the roll-up function within the summarize function. So this is the statement that how you write the roll-up function. So the roll-up function I want to apply on my calendar year and category name. And this time I want to take the sum of my internet sales amount. And then once I get the data, then I want to do the order by calendar year. Now if I execute this, then my data will be sorted. Now you can see here. So here I get the 2010. So whatever you see on the top, it's a grand total of entire your sales amount for at calendar year and product category level. Okay, let me show you the grand total to compare it in the Excel file so that you will not have a confusion. Okay, now you can see here, this is my grand total. Okay, so now where is auto sum? home button, and then come on, yeah, auto sum. So now if I do this and show you, okay, so this is my total sum, which is the 29 million, okay, that you can see in the grand total, right? Now if you go further down, so for the bikes you have the uh, at bikes level for 2010 you get the your subtotal. Similarly you got the for 2011, for 2012, for these three categories again you got the subtotal. This is the subtotal, which is sum of these three values, okay. Likewise you can get the subtotals and grand totals for selected dimension attributes for the respective measure, okay. So now let's say you don't want to subtotals at each product category name level. Instead of that you want to display the one grand total, right? That's where we use the roll up group. So within the roll up we can use the roll up group, and then this time you can see you don't see the subtotals. It will directly fetch the your grand total for all your calendar year and the product category name level, okay. And even if you, I mean, if you want to do that way, but again roll up and roll up group, so instead of roll up you can also use the roll up group. It will give the same result, but this time you'll see, again you will see the subtotals at product category name level and grand total at year level, right? So but if you don't want subtotal, again you need to use the roll up and roll up group inside the roll up, so that you will be avoided the subtotals and you get the grand total, okay. But if you want to know that whether my uh, roll up the grand totals at what level, if you want to know, so what you can do, you can define your own new measures to know whether that particular grand total is displaying here, right? So let's say this is the total is displaying, right? If you want to know that whether it's a displaying grand total of your calendar year or product category name, if you want to know that information, you can define, use the is subtotal function and have your dimension attributes, and then it will tell you so what is the grand total and which level you see that. Now you can see here, so the first row it's showing the grand total of both columns, calendar year and product category name. Now if you come to here, this is true because whatever the grand total that you see here, it's a product category name level, so that's the reason you see subtotal for category name is true. Similarly, you can see same true in here because this is the sum of these three values, right? So this is a subtotal of the product category name level, but it's not the grand total at year level, right? That's the reason you see this as a false. So this is subtotal is actually give a more visibility on your subtotals and grand totals. It's a very handy function. So that, I mean, these are the four different functions that will help you to, summarize your report and do the grand totals in the wherever, whichever the dimension attribute level you like to see, you can use these functions. That's all about these four functions, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.